soon as we get in here, hit that like button. Hit the like button, share, 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 share. Hit the like button, share, 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 share.
Super $3 Veggie Bundles lets you choose from your fave four, including a sausage or egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours.
Hey,
US price
Andy,
participation may
did you
vary.
get those drops I sent you?
Single item at regular price.
I mean, did you hear them? We ready, guys?
Close this for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want us? You can sit there. Me. Either way.
You have a good time. We're back. We're back and we in here.
Those are headphones right there. This is volume. Sure. It is Africa.
Good thing is that your intro is gonna give me time.
Oh yeah, we got time.
Can you pass me the get up for the
What do you need? Oh, the spray. Oh yeah. Yeah. You can leave the door open. It's fine. I always leave the door open. It's fine.
Is that you right there? Right there.
My phone? Yeah.
Oh, you're live?
Yes.
Oh, hi guys. He didn't even give me the heads up that we were live.
We live.
Oh my goodness. Didn't somebody just get caught talking?
Thank you. I'm here to talk about coming up to speed with desires that I've launched. And some years ago, I launched the desire to get married again one day. And I even put it in my creation box. I spent a lot of time on envisioning it. I really knew that one day that would happen. And I, in the focusing on the marriage word, I got a number of marriage proposals in the years that followed. And for one reason or another, I didn't say yes. And then I started listening to your words. And I also started amplifying my freedom feeling in my life in general. Is freedom and marriage not synonymous in your mind? Well, that's part of it for me. Marriage started feeling like I could try to massage marriage into feeling free, but why didn't I just feel free? So I started wanting to create an intimate relationship that wouldn't be about lining someone up for life, but would rather be about being in my delicious now and going along, really resonating with some of the things you've said about how you'd like our marriage vows to sound, for example. I like you pretty good, let's see how it goes, right? And that feels really good to me in my now. And I've attracted a wonderful man who I love very much, and we've been together 2 years. And unsurprisingly, he's very adamant that he never wants to get married either. And I feel like I'm living in exactly what I want. But whenever I think about marriage, I don't want to do it. But when I think about that I'll never do it again, I feel sad. And I feel like it's a really potent topic. And I'm wondering, is this something I launched so successfully that I have to line up with it? Or if I'm choosing now to line up with...
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. It's Monday. And you thought, I know you didn't think this. After what, almost 2 years of this? I know y'all didn't think I was going to take my foot off the gas. Oh my goodness, tonight's topic is going to be absolutely monumental. A sister brought this topic to me. You guys know this sister, people who know me anyway. I have a television show called The Situation Shift, right? With Zoe Williams, and the co-executive producer of the show, her name is, are you ready? Miss Jackson? Sarah Jackson. Sarah Jackson cultivated this topic for me. And I said, oh, you know how I do, Dr. Shalonda. I said, what you do is you give me your topic and 7 questions, and I'll do the rest.
You got it from there.
I got it from there.
Okay.
Oh, man, she hit me with this topic. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's absolutely outstanding. But before I get into the topic, I've got to introduce my stellar panel. Normally, my playlist is my co-host because it's just me and the music.
Okay.
But today, oh, Lord, in the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Yeah, now we got some special folk in the house right now. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, legendary comedian, actor, thespian.
Yes.
You have to say it.
I like the girl.
I like that. You have to say it in an English accent.
Yes, indubitably.
Indubitably, yes. Lord have mercy. Rodney Perry in the building.
Yo, what's up, Zoe? Man, what are we talking about? This is going to be incredible.
It's going to be incredible, man. And then, you already know what it is.
Yeah.
These are some of my favorite people in the world, right? Of course, we have none other than KBLA, our own.
Your own.
She belongs to us. KBLA
AM.
AM.
Early.
1580. Yeah, it is. Oh, you mean AM in the morning? Yes. Sundays at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
The Dr. Sunshine Show. Dr. Shalonda Crawford.
Hey, bringing a little sunshine for your mind.
Wow.
Just a little sunshine.
Let me tell you something about KBLA, man. They have an incredible roster of just powerful sisters.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love it. My sister, Dr. Jashana Johnson.
Yes.
You know, I love it. Whenever she ready to come back, come on.
She ain't got to do a whole lot to get on here.
Oh, no, she ain't got just a text message. I'm around the corner.
Something.
Come on.
Come on, let's get intimate with Dr. Jashana.
On Saturdays.
On KBLA, yes.
Right? 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time,
That's
if I'm
right.
not mistaken. All righty. Well, are y'all ready to tackle this topic? Now, you know how I do. I like to frame it up,
Okay, let's do it.
ask some questions. As you know, this is a non-judgmental space. We encourage everybody to call in and share their opinions. You will not be judged. You will not be condemned.
I'm going to judge.
Rodney,
We need at least one.
I'm
There's
definitely
3 of
judge.
us. We need at least one
I'm
judge.
definitely judging.
Come on,
Rodney,
Zoe.
see, hey, I got to take away one of his Virgo powers. You cannot judge.
I'm sorry.
I'm the queen of no judgment and safe spaces, but we need at least one on this panel.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's topic, relationship chemo. What is that?
You
So
tell me.
I'll explain it.
Okay.
Break it down.
Relationship chemo, right? Analogous to the metaphor used in chemotherapy, all right, in medicine. It refers to thoughts and behaviors employed within intimate relationships with the initial intent of self-protection, but often culminating in unintended consequences that hinders personal growth and impedes the healing process. So it's like a coping mechanism.
Oh, wow.
Right? It's like, I'm doing this for me, right?
Right.
And doing it for you, whatever it is, might be smoking, might be stonewalling, might be closing yourself up, might be a myriad of different things.
Indeed.
In the short term, good for you to go inside, gather, recalibrate, but in the long term, could end up not only hurting you, but hurting the ones you got to deal with. Chemo, just like chemo, chemo go
But
in
chemo
and kill
ultimately-
everything.
Chemo ultimately is to make you feel better in the longer
Well,
term, right?
it depends. A lot of people opt out of it because it doesn't just kill cancer cells; it kills everything.
Yeah, chemo can wipe it all out.
All out.
It's gonna wipe everything.
Catch all.
It can catch one thing and bring on another one.
Do you see?
First-hand facts, not first-hand as in me with cancer, but just knowing people.
So examples of relationship chemo may include emotional distancing, avoidance of difficult conversation, defensiveness, excessive excessive self-reliance.
Yeah.
If everybody, I can't trust nobody. It's only me against the world.
Hey.
Tupacism. Me against the world. It's me about myself.
Me against the world,
Wait
baby.
a minute.
And the repetition of the familiar. Maladaptive relationship patterns. These responses, rooted in self-preservation mechanisms, often stem from past hurts and betrayals, becoming ingrained as habitual ways of coping.
Okay.
You doping yourself with relationship chemo.
Wow. how
You
about
wiping it all out.
that? Wow, that's a lot.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
There's a lot to
Relationship
be said
chemo.
there.
This is a lot, right?
Yeah.
In what way are you using maladaptive behaviors to heal your relationship, and are they actually killing it? It's maladaptive. 1-800-920-1580. Special guest tonight, Rodney Perry and Dr. Sunshine. When we come forward, we're going to ask some questions, take some callers, and get deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Need a judge up in here.
It's about to get hot up in here.
That's
That's
interesting.
how we like to
The way
go.
you framed it is dope. Really dope.
Okay.
You like
I'm
my
on
framework?
TikTok.
You like that?
And president of the California Teachers Association.
Are they
As we
talking
start a new
on,
school year, there's something new happening in California.
Of course they talking on.
Across
Okay.
community schools,
Hey.
where families, students,
Wait, one more. Do it again.
communities are making decisions
There we go.
as
1,
one.
2,
As a
3.
parent, I feel like we're really.
Of course they talking on you
Okay,
too.
because I'm not getting the conversation.
They in here. It's on.
I see it, but why don't I have it? What is this? What channel?
My YouTube
We
channel.
see it in parent
The
involvement. We see it
So
in student
What
academics.
Show. Everybody in here, hit the like button, share it, share it, share it, share it. Hit the like button, hit that super chat. Come on, True Monger, I see y'all. And if y'all want to talk to Dr. Shalonda as well as Rodney Perry, all you got to do is call. He said leave a message. All you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. Y'all know the phone lines are going to be crazy, so you might as well get to them right now. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Now, Rodney P., I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and then I'm going to start throwing those questions to y'all. All right? You got a good understanding of maladaptive?
I'm in the ballpark.
All right, then. Oh, he's a Virgo. He's trying to underscore his intelligence.
He got it. He got
I'm
it.
so sick of Rodney. At the 8:30 mark, I'm going to go get some ice.
Hey, it's Pinot Grigio night. Hey.
Come on, y'all. Tell everybody who's in here. Let's go.
Drugstore is tough. I'm so
Blessed to have found
Okay.
benefitscheckup.org.
I love the
Chat with
the National Council on Aging.
with your guests.
Yes.
What else is here? You're gone again.
Listen, don't have me in this motherfucker begging.
You heard that.
You understand? I asked you to hit the like button, hit the goddamn like button. I asked you to call in, call the fuck in, okay? Don't play. It's too important. We're trying to change the world here. And I need participants that's gonna fight with me. Now, if Donald Trump can get all the white people behind him, as crazy as he is. Insane in the membrane. Y'all should get these goddamn phone lines fired up. All right? I need y'all tonight. Let's get it. Hey, sophisticated lady, sophisticated shorty. Thank you for your donation. Thank you. Everybody get in here. We're at $30 already. I think we're trying to make a statement tonight. Come on, let's get it.
Going down.
It's going down. And listen, if the camera's on me too long, let me know. I'll turn it back to the guests.
YouTube don't kick the music out.
YouTube don't
Take the music out.
broken apart when you're a kid, it can imprint you with a broken picture of what's possible for you in relationships, especially when you form your own relationships with a partner or start your own family. And when parents are too preoccupied with their drama and their pain, they don't perceive the reality of what you needed as a kid. And that emotional emptiness can get so desperate that when you're old enough to get some kind of boyfriend or girlfriend, you merge with the first person who comes along. And this can seriously slow your emotional development, especially after what you went through as a kid. Or you can be a bad influence on your partner and they on you. You can amplify each other's pain from the past. And it can make healing for everybody impossible. And at that point, everything depends on at least one partner having the wisdom to break the cycle. Now, breakups are messy, but somehow, one way or another, that intense dance of jealousy and punishment and pushing people away and pulling them back in, it has to stop if either of you is going to heal. So if you're the one in that relationship, regardless of how it's going to affect the other people, your healing depends very much on doing whatever you need to do to stop that emptiness and anger and become capable of a real relationship. My letter today is from someone I'll call Angie, and she writes, Dear Anna, I'm a 32-year-old single mother of a 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason back in the building. I love it when the guests are listening intently. They like, oh, Jesus, it's about to get deep up in here. Lord, have
Get ready for the pop quiz.
You understands me? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by Rodney Perry, comedian, actor, and thespian.
Ah, yes.
And
husband.
And husband and father.
And 27 years in.
There
Life
you,
without the possibility of parole.
there you go. There you go. And of course, Dr. Shalonda Crawford, a.k.a. Dr. Sunshine. Tonight's topic, relationship chemo. Is what you are using to heal your relationship actually killing it? Are your past relationship issues currently in remission? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Do many people pathologize our partner's shortcomings And does this sabotage the integrity of the relationship? 1-800-920-1580. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. How can one cause their past relationship issues to go into remission? Oh, Lord, we got questions. We got questions. Can you provide examples of common relationship chemo that we might unknowingly use? Like, I don't want to talk about it ever.
The silent treatment.
Ooh. Like, I can't feel you no more. Ooh.
This gets into some attachment stuff.
Hey, where are we? You still got the chemo drip.
I'm trying to keep my life off this radio.
You about to decimate the whole thing because you just want to heal you. You don't understand that you're a part of us. We. Talk to me.
But so don't you think that healing you has to be a priority in order for...
How long?
Well, I think how long is subjective.
I know.
There's many variables that come along with length of time that it should take you to heal.
Yes.
I agree with that. I mean, you have to be a solid individual before you can be a part of a solid couple.
Come on, keep going.
You know, if you're a person that is ill-equipped to be you, then you can't be a part of a solid couple, I don't think.
Well, how solid do you have to be?
You gotta be as solid as it takes to continue on day after day. In our marriage, I believe every day you get another chance to get it right.
Okay.
Every day you get another chance to get it right. But what if the relationship chemo doesn't provide chances for you to get it right?
I don't know.
He said, I'm a comedian.
I wouldn't diss it like that.
But I mean, I don't know, man. I'm 27 years married. Some people would say that's successful, but there's been moments when both of us wanted out.
Right.
You know, there's been moments when she wanted out, moments when I wanted out. So when I tell people, when I counsel young people on marriage, the idea is not to arrive there the same day. The moment that two people arrive at, I don't want to be with you, that's the last day, I believe.
Well, I think if they arrive at the same time.
Same day, same time, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Because, I think relationships have their ebb and flow. But
somebody's got to want to work it out.
Together. Yes.
Somebody's got to fight for us.
Right.
Whatever that thing is.
So you guys are talking about willingness.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Willingness has to be an essential ingredient in order to fight and save the situation.
Well, willingness is a great point, Zoe. But it does. Both don't have to be willing at the same time. Yeah. Somebody's got to be willing to fight for us.
So somebody got to be the willingness salesman.
Exactly.
And the other person got to be willing to buy the pitch.
Hopefully.
They just have to be willing to stay on board while I pitch. I just need you to stay on board long enough.
Right.
Hear me out.
I love it. How does self-awareness contribute to making healthier choices in healing? Self-awareness.
I think it ties right into the healing process for coming into a relationship whole. I think you can work out things when you know what it is that you need to work out. Otherwise, you're walking out and you don't even understand what you're walking away from. I think you have to do the work to learn what your blind spots are and what your traumatic triggers are. Because a lot of times we're in relationships functioning off of our trauma responses, and why do we do this? You mentioned it. Why do we do repression? Why do we go into remission? We go into remission for survival because some things are just too heavy to deal with, or so we think they're too heavy to deal with.
Wow. And how about this? I think we are and most of us are in relationships, and we are really damaged goods. Whether it's.
But that goes for everybody, right?
Yes, absolutely. We're damaged goods, and
if you're dealing with a woman in America, she's probably been hurt tremendously before you ever get to her.
And then when she gets to you, you gonna do some hurting too.
Hopefully you won't.
Hopefully you won't.
Hopefully you won't, but you probably will.
You probably will.
But can we normalize that as a human experience, though? Because you
Yeah.
say women in America. I think this is a people issue.
Ooh, human issue.
I think this is a human issue.
Yes,
Because I'm
right.
going to argue that
Because a lot of us
are
men
gonna come to me
have baggage as well. True.
around the world,
Right.
regardless of
Wow.
culture. I just think if you're a part of the human experience, and we all are,
Mhm.
then you get the full gamut of human experience, which includes hurt, pain, to
Right.
varying degrees.
Dr. Shalonda Crawford,
Yeah.
aka Dr. Sunshine.
Hey.
What are the signs that a relationship may be in need of healing, and what are the steps to take to get that healing going?
Okay, what comes to mind? Do you see how you put the tough stuff?
You ready though? The way you jumped on it, you was ready.
You see, the first thing I think, and I think many people don't think about this, is are you hiding your true self?
Ooh.
Are you putting the true you in remission so that the tolerable you, the palatable you,
Mm-hmm.
can be up front, the digestible you for your partner? I'm going to present the pieces of me
Mm-hmm.
that I think you can tolerate.
The mask.
The mask.
Wow.
Well, I want to argue that it's not always a mask. That's why I said the pieces of me.
Right.
I can be my true self and not give you my whole self.
Come. So, can we go deeper into that notion?
Go.
I can give you a piece of me, right? And
Yes.
it's the truth,
It happens more frequently than we admit,
Wow.
but not the whole me.
but not the whole me.
Because I haven't even gotten to a point where I've accepted the whole me.
I
There's
don't,
parts
even,
of-
I don't like him like that.
I don't like all of me like that.
Hence why I'm willing to push it back into the closet.
You know, I always say this with my wife all the time. I say people don't change. I think people are people kind of are different versions of themselves, but unless people have something life changing happen to them,
They kind of do the same things over and over.
I believe that. And my wife and I had these debates all the time. She's like, well, so what you're saying is you'll never change. You'll never. I'm not saying I'll never change. I'm saying that I probably won't.
Oh
I
no!
probably won't. I am this guy. I've been this guy for 50-some years. The odds of me being somebody other than this guy are very slim.
Well, this is what I know about Rodney Perry. You might not change, but you don't reveal it all. So over time, you're revealing different aspects.
Indeed.
So it may look like you're changing. I know
Wow.
you, Rodney Perry. I know how you get down. You change your cigar palette. Anyway, Dr. Shalonda, I want you to hold it.
Okay.
Because when we come forward,
Okay.
we going to get Dr. Shalonda's take on it. Oh, man, we on fire tonight. We still got a lot to talk about. Phone callers, get ready, get ready, get ready. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. I want to talk to you.
Oh, it's on fire tonight.
Oh, it's nice. It's banana.
It's on fire.
Now, I'm going to go get me a cup of ice.
Oh,
and
yeah,
some water.
I had to bring
You want water?
I would like some water.
Yeah.
my full cup.
Hey, you want
I would
ice
like
water?
I do want ice water.
I would like water. I have some ice.
Sounds of bells tolling.
I like the cup.
I love this cup. It was a
Did
gift.
you bedazzle it?
No, it was a gift. It came bedazzled. Would you guys like to see my bedazzled? Isn't that cool?
What does it say?
It says Dr. Crawford.
Ah,
After a powerful earthquake
I like it.
caused widespread destruction in Morocco, thousands were injured.
It doesn't make my drink cooler though. Okay, let me see what y'all talking about tonight. I love the cigar palette. Oh, you're looking at it over there, huh? Let me see what's going on in the the shiny cup Truemonger. Hi there.
Happy Monday.
Hey, happy Monday, pretty brown Mimi. 726. Hey, Nzinga. I'm so happy to see you. You see that?
Uh huh.
Uh-huh.
One of the hardest truths to deal with is when someone tells you who they are and we don't believe them.
Hmm. And you know why we don't believe them.
Why don't we believe them?
That has more to do with you than them.
Have they been acting outside of what they're asking us to believe?
We are accepting what we need instead of what
What
actually
they are,
is.
what they are.
Since we're gonna be in little Africa,
Then we might as well cool it on
we
down.
might as well cool it on down.
Welcome to the show, my friend.
Was Mac and Suge Mac gay? Hey, hey. You Mac and Suge Mac? You know? That's what I'm saying. Do we have callers? Are these calling us? Are they talking to us
You
today?
tell them to call in because they be bullying.
Are you guys talking today? One of the reasons why I love coming on this show is because these folks call in and they talk to
Interact.
you.
Yeah.
Y'all interact.
Unless it's a deep topic, then they get quiet.
Okay, so this is what my dad taught me early on. A quiet audience is an attentive audience.
Yes.
So sometimes you guys
They're
are
listening.
taking notes, checking it out, listening, becoming enlightened.
Are you a daddy's girl?
Yeah.
Does that matter to you, Zoe? If a girl is a daddy's girl,
My daughter's a daddy's girl.
like, I mean, as far as the women you choose,
I love it when she's a daddy's girl.
Why do you love it when she's a dad?
My girl is a daddy's girl.
like at the very least, she's gonna know how to treat a guy, a man, if she's got a connection with her father. I think,
Yeah. I love it.
and vice versa.
Hey, I love it. Be a daddy's girl. She's gonna be sweet. She's gonna be respectful. She's gonna be kind. She's gonna be understanding.
She's
But
gonna be
mama's
enlightened.
boys,
She's
mama's
gonna be
boys take
enlightened.
criticism though.
And I'm gonna hit you with this though. Typically, a daddy's girl know how to stand up to her man because she know how to stand up to her daddy. Daddy's girls know. They be like, "Pop, come here.
Yeah, they have.
Give me the motherfucking Snickers. Give it, Rodney."
I don't even argue with you about it.
I ain't even going. See, so that's what's dope about it. That my daughter be pulling me to the floor. Like, excuse me, sir, you not eating? That's what I heard. Like,
What's
what?
the deal? What's going
Is
on?
that a thing?
I'm detoxing.
Oh,
Can I detox?
okay, I'm
Let's
just
work.
Here's a sandwich on the detox.
Yeah, how about that?
Period.
How about that?
So Rodney, somebody is saying they met you like 17 years ago. That's what I
I've been around a long time. Who said that?
Somebody. It's gone now, but I did read that.
My daughter put a damn period in her comment.
Period.
Period.
We're done.
Just
and
a period.
And it ends here.
You're right.
Right,
It
you
ends
heard.
right here. It starts and stops right here.
With 4 T's.
Right. Period.
Said my daughter is way more forceful than my wife. Theo said my daughter ain't going for it either, so.
There's a lot of daddy's girls out there. So what you think?
And
Rodney?
your wife or your girlfriend, your significant other
Here we come.
is
Now,
different.
Rodney, don't talk when the music playing. Your mic is hot.
Right now.
When the music come on.
I don't say nothing.
Stop acting up, Rodney, please.
You see,
want the best for the best in them. That's what you want. And that's what you want from people that you surround yourself with. Now, they'll hold you to a high standard if that's the case, right? Because whenever you degenerate in any of the multiple ways that you're likely to degenerate, they're going to like whack you on the back of the head and say, you know, clue the hell in. You know, you're demeaning yourself. You're less than you could be. There's real judgment in that, and it's harsh. You know, but with friends, it's the same thing. You want friends. They're not friends if they're not these people. You want friends who, when something good happens to you, that's good for you, right? They're happy about that. They're not like all bitter and resentful underground, like saying horrible things behind your back and telling you how they did something that was better and trying to drag you down. It's like, that's not helpful. And then when something bad happens to you and you go to them and you say, look, this terrible thing happened to me, first of all, they don't try to top it with some like horrible thing that happened to them because they don't have the patience to listen. And second, they're not secretly gloating about the fact that catastrophe finally befell you. It's like they're actually hurt by it. And that chapter is an injunction. It's like, take a look at the people that are around you. And if they're not on the side of what's good for you, then walk away. Because, well, first of all, that's best for them too. If you put up with that all you...
Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason on a Monday. You know I'm not going to play with you this evening. I'm not going to play with you. We're talking about relationship chemo. You doing things exclusively for you that are good for you in the short term that could be maladapted later on for the relationship. That can actually wipe out the relationship just like chemo. It's going to kill the cancer. But it's going to kill muscle tissue, bone. It's going to kill everything else too.
But
red blood cells, all of it.
Aren't you the most important thing? Like, so what if it destroys the relationship? Like, if your relationship was weak enough to be destroyed by the chemo, then it needs to be done. It should be over.
Cool being by yourself.
Not necessarily. I'm saying sometimes the weak have to be eradicated.
Oh,
like some people don't have no business with you.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
So if we continue to, you know, to despise that thing that would eradicate certain relationships, some relationships have to go.
We can't. I mean, I say this thing.
I can smoke a bag of that if I smoke.
Yeah. Every relationship start with hello.
Hello.
Everything, every single. How many times you been in a relationship if you'd have just looked off?
Could have saved you a decade.
Good job.
Good job, Rodney.
Real close.
We saw you catch it. The boy's a comedian. Hey, how can one differentiate between genuinely helpful interventions and potentially harmful relationship chemo?
I think you have to take that. I think can be determined over time.
Yes.
I think you have to give it a shot. You have to see what works, because I do believe that healing in general is not a one-trick pony.
No.
It's going to be different for every person. So what works for you may not work for the next person. You got to give it a go.
Right.
With somebody who is, you know, two things. Trained to know is one thing, but you want to be getting relationship advice from someone who definitely has you in mind, but also the two of you has an interest for the relationship if that's what you're trying to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
No.
So does the advice benefit me? Yes, but also the relationship. Yeah.
Yes.
You can't advise me and then despise my guy. How
You
is that
can't
gonna be
advise me, then despise we.
helpful? Right.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Look,
See, you just got pulled back in from your statement. Now come clean it.
No. Let me jump back in.
I need you to both feet.
I'm gonna jump back in
10
because
toes.
That's a great concept, but like, say for instance, my friends are not my wife's friends, and if I have a friend that becomes my wife's friend, you're no longer my friend.
You are a friend.
No.
He doesn't want his friends.
I don't want
to
my
be his
friends.
because I need my friends to talk to me.
Don't
To
talk
be
to
my
me.
sounding board.
Yes, I see.
You are my friend. So how many times you talk to my wife?
I ain't never talked to your wife.
There's a reason.
Okay, cool.
The voice of reason is my friend.
However, the voice of reason has interest and concern for your wife because
of you.
He's your friend.
And if you called me and said, "Bro, I need you,"
Okay,
I'm
which is
there.
fair.
The
I'm there.
relationship advice that Zoe will give you will be as objective as possible. Not because
I'm not gonna choose no side. You know how
there you go.
I'm gonna hold you to your feet to the
He's
fire.
interested in your relationship
I want my
because
feet
you're
on the fire.
interested.
Look, people like to feel
See what I'm
good.
saying?
Nobody wants to not feel good.
So you
Like,
just want people to validate you.
yes.
At least he's
I
honest.
love it.
Look. I would tell you why. Like, say for instance, me and my buddy, we watch football together. He doesn't root against my team, and I don't root against his. We can sit there all day and watch football because we have an unspoken, unwritten rule that you don't root against my guys and I don't root against your guys, even if we playing each other.
Because those football parties can turn into fights quick.
Easily.
Yes.
I actually can relate to that.
Mhm.
I have a friend that we don't talk religion. We can talk about everything, but we
no
cannot
religion.
talk religion.
Because you know it's going to go there.
I know
Right.
it's going to go there. That's healthy to me.
So let me ask this: what roles does effective communication play in the process of relationship healing?
It's everything.
Because you guys are talking about it right now. You guys set up rules
Yeah.
for watching football. You guys set up rules for talking everything but religion. Talk to me about effective communication and its role in actually healing relationships.
Okay, we agree. It's everything. It's everything. I feel like if you cannot effectively deliver your message, then you're wasting your time. You also need to be able to effectively hear the message that is coming at you, or else you're wasting your time. So I think it matters that you be aware, consciously aware, and make a real effort not to be offensive, because offensive people are defensive.
Ooh.
And they cannot hear.
Wow, how about that?
Ooh.
That was dope.
No, it's that is the absolute. If you are offending me, and not necessarily with the message, but the way you're delivering the message,
Tone and delivery.
I can't hear nothing you're saying. It's like talking to the wall. All I'm doing is defending myself and not listening. So effective communication sometimes start with posturing yourself in a way that's not offensive.
I love it. Ladies and
Wow.
gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason. Special guests in the building. You know him, Thespian.
Yes.
Rodney Perry, comedian, actor, and of course, my friend, my homegirl, my sister, one of my KBLA family members, Dr. Shalonda Crawford. When we come forward, phone lines are about to start cracking, and we're going to bring them in here to integrate their ideas into this thought.
Okay, this is a good point.
Yeah.
A good point. Just because you're not being offensive doesn't mean people won't get offended. Some people, I love that comment,
Yeah.
because there are people who navigate the world defensively.
Right.
You're on defense, so everything coming at you is an offense, but that's a trauma response.
But it's like we talked about off air in there, is that
Winning isn't always
the goal, especially in relationships. Because if your
Sure.
goal is to win, you run the risk of damaging your spouse, damaging them. And I had to learn that
Ooh, that's a
I
good
can
one.
beat my wife 1,000 times out of 1,000 in an argument,
Right.
but it doesn't benefit me to win that argument.
Here's my question often, and
So you don't have to hunt.
Okay,
You can
And-
talk right directly into
got
the
it.
mic.
Got it.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
in couples therapy, one question is, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?
wow. How about that?
Now, I contextualize it a little differently.
Let's hear it.
I say, do you want to be right or do you want to be aligned?
There's another.
Yes.
Yes.
And yours is gorgeous too.
It's
the
we're
same
getting
thing.
to the same place.
Yes, let's get
Because
aligned.
to be happy, we have to put right aside.
Yes, you can
winning
be right about
aside.
everything I did wrong.
But if the relationship is jacked up, what difference does it make?
Now what?
Well, now what?
You want to be right or you want to be aligned? I can agree and say, you know what, you're right about everything you said I did, and I was wrong about all of it.
Right.
Now, do I matter?
Do I matter?
Do I still matter?
How do we get to it?
And
Now,
how do we get to each other like that? Like, how do we matter to each other again? Come on now. Reindeer ass games.
That's child's play.
No,
mean,
dead
it's interesting that we're unpacking this too, because it's like you can live in your relationship and never have these conversations.
That's why we do them here.
Hey, Third Eye say I like being right. I do
Hey, I
too.
need y'all to hit the like button, damn it,
Oh,
and the super chat,
let me hit the like
and
button.
call in. Y'all not super chatting tonight? Say, fuck it, we gonna tap in
They
and
say
see.
we
in trauma. The goal is
to
to
learn, not win.
The goal is to learn, not win. DP,
So
thank
you
you.
put that?
He came through with the 9.99.
Why isn't it not letting me click the like? There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know the voice of reason is on fire tonight. You know I was gonna play some Michael Jackson. It's Virgo season.
It is Virgo season.
We trying to heal our relationships without destroying them.
Wow.
Sometimes we try to heal ourselves and we wind up, going in and just being very narcissistic about it. I'm sorry, I didn't want to say narcissistic.
Say that word.
But sometimes we really get
Selfish.
and self-centered, and it's all about me and it doesn't matter, and get away from, and it's like, you love this person though, and if they walk away, whatever pain you feeling now is gonna be worse. You know this. Talk to me, Rodney.
You know what occurred to me as I was listening to the great Michael Jackson
Here we go.
is how do we not need chemo
From the jump.
like when everything is great? How do we maintain the good times? How do we keep from getting sick in the first place? How do we, like there's some preventive measures that we can take in our health so we can not get cancer. You can have you can diet, exercise, those things could happen.
Right.
So what do we do as people involved in relationships to maintain relationship before we get bad?
Dr. Shalonda?
Well, I think it again.
I have a bunch of them, but Dr.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of them too, and I'm gonna start with. Where do I want to start? Because I go back to blind spots.
Okay.
Because I do feel like when you know yourself, then you know what your needs are. Because we're really trying to fulfill our, and oftentimes we're in relationships using other people to fill voids we're using the person that we're in relationship with to heal us, and we don't even know we're doing it oftentimes because we're operating in the same survival mode that we are accustomed to and we've needed to survive in regular relationships. So I think we do hide sometimes and we don't even know. So unmasking. But communication, I go back to communication.
Right.
And your ability to be authentic, that joint is a lot harder in real life than it is to actually say. So I think we come into relationships on drip because I think that
Not on drip.
on
Yeah,
drip
on drip.
because I think we're imperfect people.
All of us works in
All of
progress.
us.
Right.
So I'm in on drip,
Right.
and I'm looking for somebody that can drip with.
Mm.
Drip with me. Drip with me.
In the journey of healing intimate relationships, we often find ourselves grappling with the weight of the past and the insidious influence of the ego. The great Jiddu Krishnamurti, a renowned philosopher out of southern India, offered profound insights into the human psyche and the barriers to genuine healing. Now, we're going to explore a bit of what he was talking about. Krishnamurti's insight emphasized this: the importance of self-awareness without judgment. A self-awareness of you without your inner judge.
Right.
Right? Because oftentimes we think we're healing when we're actually judging ourselves.
Indeed.
Like if you don't hit a healing benchmark, you put yourself down many times.
You count that as a failure.
Then you may bring that into the relationship. You may be upset with you, and and then it becomes a problem in the relationship. And you thought you was doing something to heal yourself.
And you're not.
So what does that look like when you identified with your issue, and now you can't separate yourself from your issue? That is definitely an arm of shame. So now I'm in a relationship with shame.
Right.
And you think it's my job to bring you to a place of healing from that.
Wait, go deeper.
How do I outrun your image of yourself?
Now watch this. Even shame has expectations.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
So now
The judgment's still there.
So now the shame has expectations for the partner.
For you.
You and the partner. Shame is saying, feed
Wow.
me.
Wow.
Guilt is saying, feed me. Pride, ego is saying, hey, I'm here. I got expectations.
So
I didn't
what do
sign
we
up
do?
for this.
What do we do? I tell my daughter, who's
She runs track for the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. I said to her, forget what you know. So track is a sport of absolutes. Everybody got times. Everybody know your time. But what you don't know is how a person is going to act or react that day, what they're going through, what they're dealing with in life. So you have to forget what you know. And I think that applies here in relationships. Sometimes to stop that judgment, you got to forget what you know. Forget the failure. Forget the mistakes.
Bro,
you got to forget them.
You sound like you read Krishnamurti. Because Krishnamurti's biggest issue was
Pop it off.
No, but you on point. Krishnamurti's biggest point was psychological knowledge does damage. He said psychological knowledge
like my wife will bring up stuff from 10 years ago easily. Like something really in my mind is old news, but she'll bring it up. Remember that time so I'll tell you a quick story. So I had this girl at the DMV, no romantic thing, but she would when I would come to the DMV, she would speed me up to the front of the line.
She'll
always.
hook you up.
She hooked me up.
Yeah, she hooked you up.
And because of that, I was probably more nice to her than any other person at the DMV. And my wife thought that was tantamount to cheating to her. And she'll still bring up that DMV lady every once in a while.
Well, I think when things keep popping up, it's because they're unresolved. I think if you can put it to bed, not
Just stop talking about it.
But that's healing, right? Putting
Yes.
things to bed
Yes,
is healing.
It will go away.
So many people
I'm putting it to
don't.
bed the wrong way. I'm just not talking about it no more. In
It's
my
not
mind,
in the
that's
bed. It's
that's
not
not
in the bed.
But
it's
that's what
under
I'm
the
saying.
bed. It's under the bed.
That's what I'm saying. Many people don't know how to put wounds to bed. How do you put wounds to bed? How do you extrapolate the wisdom out of wounds so you can put them to bed?
Wow. I have no idea.
Okay, I'm always,
Yeah, you just sit back now and you allow Dr. Shalonda to go on ahead and drive the train.
Go on, Shalonda, do your thing.
This is Margot's. No.
I say you.
I say that you make a pointed effort to reverse the hurt. You must make it. You employ the pain. You put the hurt to work for you.
You don't get to say that and we not ruminate for a moment. You said put the hurt to work.
For you.
Oh, how do you get
down,
how,
Doc?
come on, how do you put wounds on your spiritual payroll? Talk to me.
I love it.
You do that.
The spiritual payroll. I'm glad that we can fold spirituality in.
That's
because
what it is.
It's absolutely on par. There are no wasted experiences in life.
How about it?
I came on by saying hurt is part of the human experience. So we're all gonna get our episodes, our experiences with hurt. But hurt has its purpose. And hurt has many purposes. So if you can pull out the lesson in any situation, you grow from it.
Learn.
That's number one. You learn from it, you grow. A mistake remains a mistake unless you learn and extrapolate a lesson out of it. So if you can do that, then you've grown already.
So everything is valid.
Every single thing is valid. And I'm going to give you a few more reasons why it's valid. We come to the relationship on drip.
right? You can enter a relationship and have a healthy one and not be completely healed yourself. Because a lot of your healing journey is really dependent on how willing you are to work with someone else by way of your hurt and healing and extend that to help someone else. So let me help you.
Am I hearing, Doc, that we all should stay moist?
When we come forward, the voice of reason shall continue with this most riveting conversation. We got callers in the second hour. Let's go!
It took me a second. We gotta stay on drip.
Stay on drip.
You're gonna be more than moist on drip.
Yeah.
Okay? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I can't.
We should all stay moist.
1 hour down. 1 hour
That was
down.
effortless.
This is
Y'all
the
know
voice
what?
of reason.
What? This is what I do.
That's how you get out.
Like, come on now.
Hey.
Rodney Perry, you part of the Foxhole fraternity?
Yes, sir.
What the hell?
Walker says it's really not that hard to put pain to work for you, okay? Okay? Just so you know.
I really want to dig down into that
Let's
a little
get
bit
it.
more.
Let's get it.
Put pain on the payroll.
That
I did
was
a whole-
a great.
Concept.
I did a whole
God
master
damn.
class on employer pain.
Ooh, employer pain. Everybody hit the like button. You already know what it is. We're at 44.98. That is entirely too low for the first hour. Not with this content. Y'all know y'all got to support. Everybody hit the super chat button down at the bottom of the chat room. There's a little dollar sign there. If we can get everybody to drop a 5 spot for this content, or do you appreciate the content? Do you think the content is good? Do you think the content has any value? Is it changing something in your spirit? Because if it is,
Come on now.
if you have been edified,
Edified.
sanctified,
Have the sun shine in your face.
and raised up by this information,
Can
you
I
should
get an
support.
amen?
Exactly.
Can I get an amen? Say it louder for the folks in the back, Jack.
I love it. Everybody hit the like button. Hit it. Hey, share this video. Let's keep it going. Let's get people in here. And why y'all scared to call? I should see Attila. I should see Nzinga, right?
Hey, they got
Nigeria in the building. What up, Nigeria? What up? Nigeria's in the building. Come on, y'all.
okay.
Hey, I need Nzinga on the line. We got Sean on the line. Come on, don't let him out rep y'all. Ashley, I'm saying he calls more than our family does. Ashley Willis, call in. Pretty Brown Mimi, call in. Y'all want to talk to Rodney Perry? Let's go. Let's go. Theo Washington, you should have been called in. As much as you be reaching out to me, like, hey, brother, help me. Now you got help on the radio. I better hear from Theo. That's who I better hear. That one right there,
Oh, Theo,
Theo, if you don't get your ass in here, boy, don't ever reach out again.
What's an ever?
Well, what's an ever, I say. It's got to be
Can I
funky.
grab a
Oh, I got you.
paper cup?
And you need some of this too?
I just need a paper.
Because I stay with this here.
I see.
Oh, we live. What the hell? Hey, I meant to tell you to play the other intro. I said I meant to tell you to play the other intro. The one that I sent you. We'll listen to it.
Answer it, and I think that this question and the answer is a really great interlude, in between these sections on this course, the section that we just finished on how your body impacts your mind and how to soothe your nervous system through your body, and this next upcoming section, which is all about how to change how you feel by changing how you think. So I got asked this question recently. I thought it was a great question, right? Someone asked me, I think about and talk about my emotions all the time, but I still feel terrible. I still feel upset about the past. No matter how much I try to work through my emotions or my memories, they just keep coming back. I can't let go, and the more I think about them, the worse I feel. Now, people say that time heals, but if you ask someone with severe anxiety or PTSD, they'll tell you that it doesn't. Or if you ask someone with depression if thinking about their emotions or their thoughts helps, they'll often say that it just makes them feel worse. So here's the thing. Usually what's causing our mental block is that instead of processing through an emotion and coming out the other side, something that we're doing is leaving us cycling, going in a circle and constantly getting stuck. One definition of insanity was doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So in this video, we're going to talk about what causes these mental and emotional blocks, as well as discuss some strategies to help you break through them. BetterHelp has sponsored this video, and they make it really easy to start therapy right away. BetterHelp is an online therapy provider that links you with a licensed therapist in your area. They make it easy for you to meet with a therapist from the comfort of your own home for as little as $65 a week. So check out the link in the description for 10% off your first month. So just doing more thinking doesn't help us resolve problems. It tends to reinforce a problem. Now, if this doesn't make sense, let me give you a couple of examples. So with anxiety, it's common to avoid the things that make you anxious. So if you're afraid of dogs and you avoid them, that sends a message to your brain that the only reason you survived those dogs is because you avoided them, which your brain takes as a signal to make your anxiety worse around dogs. The more you avoid something, the more anxiety you feel. Avoidance keeps you stuck in that fear response. So when you avoid something, you just start cycling, right? Let's do an example with depression. If every time you make a mistake, you then call yourself a failure, this label you give yourself prevents you from being able to learn from the experience and grow through it. And that leaves you feeling bad in most situations. And when you feel bad, you call yourself a failure, perpetuating that cycle. The more you respond by calling yourself a failure, the more depressed you feel, which leads you to call yourself a failure. How we respond to situations determines whether we move through them or whether we repeat them. Frank Sonberg said, lessons in life will be repeated until they're learned. Let me give you another example. So with PTSD, when painful thoughts come up from your past, you might get so overwhelmed by them that you panic. So that's a pretty bad experience. So then a lot of people do this thing where they do everything in their power to try not to think about those bad memories again. And that leaves you trapped in a cycle of avoidance. But avoidance makes your PTSD worse. Avoidance is directly linked to PTSD and panic attacks. So the more you avoid, the more you panic. And the more you panic, the more need to avoid thinking about those memories or whatever it is. Now, these are just a few examples of how the more you do something, the worse you feel. Therapy would gently help the anxious person face their fears. It would help the depressed person change their negative self-talk. And it would help the person with PTSD to gradually face their trauma with a calm of body. We have to examine our patterns.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason, hour number 2 on Monday. Tonight's topic, gosh, relationship chemo. You might be doing something like avoiding. Avoiding is a metaphorical match for relationship chemo. In the short term, avoiding something that is difficult, avoiding something that is painful. In the short term might be good. You might have a momentary sense of relief. Oh, wow, I've avoided that. But in the long term, you got to understand how chemotherapy works. It's going to eradicate everything. And just like she said in the clip, the more you avoid, it's attached to what? Depression. It's avoidance creates anxiety. Oh, Lord, here we go. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason is on fire tonight. Let me bring in my folks. Y'all know who's in the building right now. Comedian, actor, director, thespian.
Yeah.
My brother, Rodney Perry.
What up, Zoe, man? First of all, this has been a crazy, fun show. Man.
I'm glad you walked into the cigar lounge today,
I'm
brother.
glad I did.
Come on, man. And then, of course, KBLA's own legendary, intellectual, first lady. Huh? Hey!
No, thanks.
You like that, huh?
Thanks.
Spirit and clinician.
Okay.
Come on, Dr. Shalonda Crawford in the building. Dr. Sunshine.
Yeah, man.
So this is heavy tonight. Now, let me just dig a little deeper real quick, because you were saying something. Oh, what were we talking about? A little bit, I said we should dig down into that.
Reverse the hurt. Put your hurt to work.
Yes, put your hurt to work. And tonight's topic is talking about defining relationship chemo. And like chemotherapy, which aims to target and eradicate cancerous cells while potentially causing collateral damage to the healthy ones, relationship chemo comprises actions and thought patterns employed in response to past emotional wounds and relationship traumas. These actions and patterns may initially seem protective, shielding individuals from the perceived threats of vulnerability and further hurt. However, they can paradoxically create barriers to emotional intimacy, trust, and mutual healing, thereby thwarting the very growth and connection sought within the relationship. Examples of relationship chemo may include emotional distancing, avoidance of difficult conversation. There's avoidance again. Defensiveness, excessive self-reliance, and the repetition of the familiar. Maladaptive relationship patterns. These responses, rooted in self-preservation mechanisms, often stem from past hurts and betrayals, becoming ingrained as habitual ways of coaching. The term itself, I didn't coin it. Sarah Jackson coined it.
Indeed.
Relationship chemo. The term itself underscores the importance of self-awareness and the need for individuals within intimate relationships to recognize when their protective measures will inadvertently isolate them from their partners, just as chemotherapy necessitates careful monitoring and adjustment to minimize harm to healthy cells. Individuals engaging in relationship chemo must actively examine their behaviors and thought processes, and by doing so, they can foster an environment where authentic healing, personal growth, and relational transformation can become possible. Did I explain relationship?
You broke it down.
Did I explain
got up in there.
Hey, we got callers on the line. Y'all want to talk to our folk? Let's get busy. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Sean from Oakland, California. Get in here.
Hey, brother. Wow. You guys going for the powerful stuff. You know, here's my thing. You've all said some amazing and really truthful and insightful things. You know, here's my thing. You know, you've got to set clear limits in your life. You know, now when I was young, I didn't set any limits. I allowed everything into my life, and I just did that. But, you know, I'm a little bit older now, and at a certain point, you got to set clear limits. So let me tell you specifically, I don't allow discrimination. I don't allow anti-women, misogynistic stuff. I do not allow racist stuff. And as long as you pass those tests, as long as you pass those, I don't care if you go for the team I hate. I don't care if you go for the team, I'm not rooting for. We can all disagree on anything. You can disagree on political things as well. As long as you pass those simple limits, big-time limits, and I think those are big-time limits, you know, then you can just think that your team is better than mine. You can think whatever, your political team is better than mine, whatever. But you've got to have in your mind, I don't allow, you know, anti-women in my house. I don't allow racists in my house. I mean, that's how it has to go, especially, and I'll say it as a white guy, that's how it has to go with white people. You need to set a better example for white people to not allow racists in your barbecues on Sunday.
Well, thank you very much for that call. We appreciate it. Sean brought Oakland, California in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is always on Flyer live from KBLA Talk 1580. Let's zip over to Houston, Texas. Jump into this national conversation. Attila?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Uncle Joe?
Yes.
Dr. Sunshine.
Hey.
How are y'all?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well, you know. In Texas, in the same state, we're chilling.
Y'all doing a lot of things that ain't chilling.
You said Texas is the friendly state.
Right.
No, but it's hot.
Yes,
Yeah.
It is hot in Texas.
It's true. Still some southern hospitality there.
So what are your thoughts on tonight's topic, sweetheart?
Well, I actually had a question. So I wanted to know, what do you guys recommend in terms of navigating reconciliation and forgiveness when you are still in the process of learning boundaries and setting them?
Fire.
Boldly?
Fire question.
When you are still in the process of learning boundaries and what?
In stating them, like standing firm on your boundaries.
Have you identified what your boundaries are?
Yes.
So, okay, in short, I won't ask you what they are, but in short, here is my recommendation for you. You have identified them, right? You've made the decision to implement them. I think you now are in the position to do the work. You have to do the work to support your decision. The hardest thing is supporting the decision that you've made. We make decisions, but the hardest thing is to support our own decisions.
Until Uncle Rodney here. Here we go. So your question is how do you forgive? Did I say it right?
Well, yeah. So I'm wondering, how do you navigate forgiveness and reconciliation when maybe you've had trouble with boundaries in the past, but you've decided this is kind of where I want to stand in this situation?
My opinion is when you decide to forgive, just do that. Be comfortable with the idea of forgiving, and the other ideas that you brought into play won't be in play if you can clearly forgive.
and let it go.
No, this is big. Let me jump in here too. This is big, because this is a very powerful question.
And it's twofold.
And that's what I was about to say. It's a twofold question.
Okay, bring it up.
And I'll tell you how. One side of the question is standing up for you. And the other side of the question is standing up for us. Because when you say reconciliation, you're saying, I want this. So if you want something, you still got to pour into what you want. So now you got to have two pours. And you need to be ready to commit to both pours, right? And like Shalonda said, you need to identify what the boundary is. So now you got two jobs.
But you can't control the other person. You
No.
can only control yourself.
Right. You can't control the other person. However, this is what I need from you.
Okay.
The boundary and the forgiveness is about you.
Come on.
Both.
Okay.
So you're setting boundaries are necessary in relationships and individually as people.
Whether you're reconciling or not.
You have to have the boundary there. And if it's a forgiveness issue, then you need the boundary in order to not step out of bounds again. Because there's a reason why
But
forgiveness
if you
is
don't
on the table.
forgive, then everything is moot. If you never subscribe to the idea of forgiving, if there is no reconciliation.
But
If you don't forgive.
She's talking about in this case, we're talking about how do you reconcile.
And she's talking about
and still maintain your boundaries.
Exactly.
So in this case,
I'm saying don't strive to maintain the boundary. I'm saying you have to forgive.
No, Rodney. I have to talk to you like Odin spoke to Loki.
I'll be Loki.
No, Rodney. No, Rodney.
Well, I think the mere fact that we're talking about forgiveness means that somewhere there was an offense. Somewhere there you offended me somewhere, you hurt me somewhere. Somehow we got to this issue of forgiveness.
Indeed.
So if you want to reconcile or restore, then I have to have boundaries so that we don't return here again. So in the process of restoration, I have to communicate to you, here's what I'm putting in place so we don't get back here.
Mm.
Do you agree? Because if you can't agree, then we probably can't restore. I can forgive you.
Well, y'all obviously
and I
agree
will
with
forgive you,
each
but
other.
I won't restore.
Y'all agree with each other. I think in order to forgive, you have to simply forgive and not revisit that thing again.
Well, wait a minute. Who said? Wait a minute. Wait a
That's
minute.
what I'm saying.
I agree with part of what you said, because you do need. If you gonna forgive, you gotta commit.
It's a decision.
Yeah.
Right. But it's a twofold decision with regards to her question. Her question is, I want to do both. I want to reconcile and I want to forgive. That's a double commitment. When we come forward, the voice of reason shall continue this flamethrower.
I say absolutely. Forgiveness is a decision and a process.
And boundaries is part of the process.
Attila, great
My
question.
girl is in the house.
Hey, where y'all at on the calls? Y'all tripping tonight. Y'all tripping
But I
tonight.
laughed at him. He said, y'all on
The
the
same page.
You said, y'all together.
I'm 10 toes down.
We gone. Did we forgive? We forgave, right?
I don't care what y'all say.
Okay, what I need you to do, get in the car, get your bag, come on.
There you go. We back together.
We back together.
I'm 10 toes, bro. I like it.
Hey, Monique's Journey, thank you. Hey, that ice water really cooled it down,
It
didn't it?
makes a big difference.
I got a fan in my
car right here, though.
Okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at $53. Y'all know we do way better than that, especially with tonight's talent. Y'all out of control right now. This is disrespectful. We got to at least get to $100 tonight. Can we do that? We're at $53.30. Can we at least get to $100? Y'all got to stop playing reindeer games. It's nowhere near Christmas. Well, yes, it is. 60 days. Pretty much. But 90 days.
Definitely Halloween for sure.
Halloween is right around the corner. Then give some candy then, niggas.
Y'all got it.
Y'all got the candy.
Clean it up.
Come on, can y'all call? I want to hear from Nzinga. Nzinga, I don't know why you're not calling. I just don't know why. I don't know why y'all not calling. Ghetto Gourmet definitely should be in here. There's no way Heru Ali is not in here. There's no way Truemonger is not in here. I don't understand. Where's Reggie White? Where's Pretty Brown Mimi? Where are y'all? Second hour. You know it's about to be over in a minute. Y'all know how we do up
It
in
goes
here,
down so fast.
doesn't it?
Yes.
That's how you know it's good. Theo Washington, I asked you to call now.
Don't call,
Look at the
don't call me
face. The
next
face
week.
like, don't play me.
If I get an inbox from you, big bro, I'm gonna be like, you better call in now. Live in 1 minute. The show moving quick though. Tell you that.
So which song was Lucky Day?
You like that, huh?
Yes, because I'm seeing on the other chat that this Lucky Day. I love Lucky Day.
Yeah.
I love
Did
it.
you like that first record I played, Heal?
Yes, I do.
Louis Sky.
Louis Sky. Okay. Yeah, put me on.
Some nights we're just in
In
school,
school,
so
though.
wrong, wrong. The teacher and the student are two sides of the same coin. Don't play me. Don't play me. Not tonight.
And Zinga said she already knew she was just gonna be listening because this is a heavy topic.
I know, but I be on them like a cheap suit. You gotta participate. This relationship college.
The easiest way to earn forgiveness is to not do anything that needs forgiving.
Wrong, wrong.
I'm gonna
You're
wish you
humans.
good luck and well with that one.
I wish we were angels. Then I would be like, yeah.
Oh yeah, but thank you.
Pretty Brown says she's giving her sultry voice a rest tonight. Sultry, I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason in his playlist. We on fire tonight. Live from KBLA Talk 1580, you already know, in the heart of Leimert Park. Little Africa Town is on fire tonight. My brother Rodney Perry is in the building along with Dr. Shalonda Crawford, a.k.a. Dr. Sunshine. We have a very heavy topic tonight.
Yeah.
People in the chat saying we in school, we not calling. No, they're saying the show is school, right? So I don't know. Hey man, but this is heavy stuff. Let's get Attila back in here and get her final thought. Let's go, Attila.
Alright, so my final thoughts. I'm honestly of the mind of what you and Dr. Sunshine are honestly saying.
Of course.
I'm feeling as though this, then this. That's kind of like where I'm at. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You can't give what you don't have. So you first have to acquire it for yourself. And then if you feel like it, listen, that's the key. If you feel like it, slowly parcel pieces out when you get it. If you feel like you have enough to share. If you don't, communicate that clearly. I don't have enough right now, but I'm storing it. and I'm still there, but I'm storing it. You know, sometimes you have to talk to your partner because they don't understand your process. They can understand it intellectually, but they can't understand it experientially. They're on the outside translating what you're telling them from their perspective. Say, how long this gonna take? You healing, right?
Ain't you healed yet?
What's the hold up?
I thought you forgave me.
I learned this the hard way. I'm sorry. But thank you, Attila. You brought Houston, Texas in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building to join this national conversation, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. Theo from Charleston, South Carolina. The brother answered the call. Get up in here.
So, I gotta give you the experience on today. I'm gonna try to run through this real fast. So, you know that little black book they have on TikTok, which is a shadow book. So I tried to stick the book to the beach, and with my girlfriend, and tried to, like, hey, you wanna look through this, and try to walk through some of this. It got good for a little bit, but then it turned into like you were saying earlier, or the lady was saying earlier, the avoidance anxiety. And then we kind of just started veering off in different directions of distraction. And it just kind of got upset. Both of us just got upset. You know what I mean? It was just like, okay, are we really working on this or are we not?
It's just a spiritual. It's just a spiritual exorcism in the presence of holy water. That's all that was.
Yeah. And that's the part that is super frustrating because it's like, I'm giving my all here. It's the do or do not theory of Star Wars. You know what I mean? There is no try.
Do or do not.
Do.
There is no
Exactly.
try. Yes,
So,
I hear you.
There is no try. So it's like, I feel like I'm giving my all at certain points, but I know what's lacking.
What did you want to achieve? What did you want to achieve from that?
To be able to commune with someone, to be able to have an understanding, like to be able to.
But see, let me just jump in real quick, Theo. You can't commune with somebody. I'm learning this. You can't really commune with somebody while they're communing with their pain. You just can't. They're in a relationship with that pain. They dancing with that pain. They sleep with that pain. They loving on that pain. They're attentive to the pain.
And further, you don't have a choice.
You see what I'm saying? So when you come, it's like me and my wife, we dancing at the club, and you tap me on the shoulder and say, "Can I cut in?" No. This is what I'm learning right now.
And the deeper the cut, the more attention you give it. But here's an analogy for you.
Hold that analogy. Do you know what it is? Hold that analogy. When we come forward, Theo is about to get cooked by Dr. Sunshine.
I am not.
Woo!
Okay, who is that?
The pain is their precious. My precious.
Oh, my
Wow, the pain is their precious. Callie, if your ass don't call in and say that, I'm going to go off. Yo. Andy.
He said, well, damn. No, True, my. This is good stuff, True. This is good stuff. You speaking for folks. You're speaking for folks.
Tomorrow.
After a powerful earthquake caused widespread destruction in Morocco, thousands were injured in Friday's quake, which was the strongest to hit the nation in more than a century. And the clock is winding down toward a possible strike against America's top automakers. The United Auto Workers Union is readying to go on strike on Friday with GM, Ford, and Stellantis. Their new demands on pay raises, pensions, and job protections. And that's the latest. I'm Esther Dillard from the Blind Information Network and PINews.com.
It's really accident, guys. Are there certain commercials that you just hate to know?
I got certain products.
When I use them, I have to say the slogan.
What's that?
Coast Hill, Coast Soap, Coast Sand opens your eyes. The lather. And you realize
Coast is the way.
Miracle Whip, the sandwiches and the sandwiches have changed with the Miracle Whip.
Yes.
I have to say that when I make it a sandwich.
Hi, this is LA City Councilman Kurt Price, inviting you to the Georgia Central Avenue Jazz Fest on September 23rd from 11 to 7 p.m. For nearly 3 decades, the Central Avenue Jazz Festival has paid homage to the legendary Central Avenue and its influential jazz history.
Boy, we on absolute fire. Say, y'all gonna call in or what? Huh? You gonna do it or not? Hey, we need 2 callers. Can I get 2 callers? Hey, that my precious piece. The pain is my precious. Hey, got you. Rodney Perry, you might as well sign it too. 13.
Gonna read it.
Yeah, yes. Huh? Damn. Damn it, Bobby.
Send it to me and I'll just start using it. Check it out.
Now, you know I don't ever send you something to be like, just check it out. Yo, 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 yo. I need 2 callers. Who's brave enough to do it? We had $60. Can we get to... We need $40 more too. We got to make at least $100 tonight. Come on, you guys. Come on. It's Monday. Truemonger, thank you, brother. Truemonger, Mac 5, Suge Mac 510, Cali Soul. Who else? Monique's Journey. Who else? We got folk up in here. Greg Scott. One time for the edification. Big up Doc and Rodney P. Hey, happy Monday. Pisces Light.
Mimi said she just called and got disconnected. Call back, my girl.
Call back. Please call back. Please call back. Ghetto Gourmet, quiet than a church mouse. Ghetto Gourmet. You my brother. I need you in here, brother. Call in. And Zinga said, I will not. How do you deal and communicate with a partner that believes their healing journey is done, but shows obvious signs they aren't healing?
I have an answer for that.
We about to ask this question. Show fire. Sorry, it's fire.
I'm with you. It's always fire when you're on it.
You 2 other salads this evening. I'm gonna be here by myself tomorrow. I am back, family. What I missed? Nothing. But the whole show.
Everything. All of it.
Show flying. It's about to be over.
Yes, 30. We already at 35.
Yeah. So when we come back at 36, we got 2 more segments and it's over. Yeah, Rodney's a nigga. He over there playing dominoes on his phone. Boy, all you need now is a fish po' boy. Right. A shrimp po' boy right now playing dominoes on his phone.
I wish I had one.
Oh, y'all play DL?
DL Hughley.
2 to 4.
Uh, uh. Okay.
Banana. Banana.
I like it.
Yeah.
You want to call?
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason. You see, we on fire tonight. The voice of reason, we not playing one bit. Tonight's topic is a doozy. And I got my friends in here, to help us kind of flesh through this topic, man.
It's a lot.
It's a heavy topic, You don't know, when you're trying to protect yourself, that you might be hurting yourself. A lot of times you don't know. You don't know if your method of coping might be maladaptive to you and your partner, i.e., relationship chemo. You might not be aware of that. And this is why we have Dr. Shalonda Crawford to help you navigate the foolery. I mean, excuse me. No, to help you navigate, healing yourself. Because a lot of times people think, I've heard people say, I'm healed. And I don't believe that's possible.
You're always actively healing.
You are always actively healing. Now, if somebody could, participate and say, AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, they always say, I'm
alcoholic. I'm still alcoholic.
I'm an alcoholic, and I ain't drinking 37 years.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm an alcoholic.
Any day you can slip on a bottle of Hennessy.
Like a banana peel.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I believe healing and hurt and wounds are like that as well. You can never say, I'm healed. You can say, I'm still in the process of understanding what healing is. Now, how do you convey that to your partner? How do you let your partner know, like, hey, man, this is ground zero where the buildings fell in my spirit?
I think that's a tricky thing to navigate.
Yes.
Because, communication is so complex. And I say that because the way I communicate with you is going to be different from the way I communicate with Rodney. It's going to be different from how I communicate with whomever. Right? So I think how you go about it, I think before you have a tough ground zero conversation, there's some homework, some prerequisites that need to be completed. I need to make sure that I'm communicating to you, one, in a way that you can receive and understand, and two, in a way that doesn't turn around and further put me on a little further backwards
On the
in my healing
defensive.
journey.
Right.
And on the defensive too, because most of us don't share because we're afraid of being further injured
Ooh.
and not seen. We
Yes.
want to be seen, so I don't know if you'll be able to see the thing that I'm trying to communicate, and you may further injure me.
Well, let's help them a little bit. First off, the expectation that I should see as you see. I can't see it the way you see it
No
because
way.
you're living it. So
Right.
I can't see it.
Mhm.
So don't have the expectation that I should see the wound, the hurt, the pain, the disappointment, dissatisfaction. I can't see it the way you see it.
Which is why that's the work. When we say work, I'm working on my relationship,
Mm-hmm.
whether that be with yourself or someone else.
Mm-hmm.
You're working on coming up with the best way for me to express what I'm feeling, so in a way that you can understand and receive it.
Mm.
And a lot of times we have to work. Sometimes it means acknowledging the other person's pain.
How about that? What
I don't
happens?
want to step and trigger you.
But what happens when healing is selfish? I know I'm connected to you, and I know this is hurting you, but this is my time because you did this to me.
Well, I think it's important because oftentimes, because we're all infallible people, chances are there will be times when my truth hurts.
Mm.
But I can still communicate with you with sensitivity because my truth is still my truth.
What if I think you don't deserve sensitivity?
Well, my question would be, do you deserve sensitivity?
Oh no, this ain't about me. This is my healing process. Do you see the selfishness?
I understand, but if you don't get me to understand where you're coming from, then I don't get I don't reach my goal, my outcome, my objective.
Rodney Perry.
But maybe it's over.
There you go.
And then there's
I'm
that.
with that. And sometimes it may be
sometimes
over.
it's just over.
I
I
don't
mean,
agree with that.
sometimes, we're working so hard to heal,
And maybe this thing is done. Like,
maybe you need to move on. Maybe you've learned all you could learn from this person, and it's time to go.
it's time, and that's the hardest part sometimes. How many of us have stayed in a thing too long?
Yes.
Because we're still trying to make it work, still trying to do that one last thing that's gonna make it work again, like it was when it first started, and then we never achieved
It
that.
sounds really good and it sounds practical, but God is probably the greatest comedian of all time. And you can say it's over in your mind, but God probably has a different design for your spirit and that person.
Indeed.
Well, further, you can say it's over in your mind, but very rarely do your mind and your heart
Boom.
meet up at the same time.
So Rodney, you and your jokes can get out.
No, I mean, that's not a joke. I mean,
I'm just
I
playing.
mean, it's not a joke. I mean, I just think that sometimes we work too hard to salvage a thing that's done.
That's done. I don't agree with that, but I think it takes wisdom, and if we're going back to Atala, it takes boundaries that you can support. Because I've been in relationships in the past, especially in my 20s, where I felt like I love this person, but I know with my full mind they're not good for me. But I love them.
Right.
So separating my feelings from my facts is difficult. Those feelings get fickle and all in the way.
Right.
And what you said earlier, what's the reality is that you learn from that.
You do.
You learn
You
from
do.
those moments. So
And to
everything
your
is
point,
Right.
you enter the relationship knowing I can't let it get as far as I did the last
indeed.
time.
Now watch this. When it's real. When it's real. See, your point is for when it's not real.
Right.
Get up out of here.
When I'm with my person.
But let me say this. When it's real, only God can end it. See, a lot of people, I say this all the time, Rodney, you tell me how this resonates in your
Give it to
spirit.
me.
Most of us think spirituality, as it pertains to relationships and life in general, is not really real. It's not tangible. It's a bottom line how we are bottom liners in relationship.
Indeed.
I signed up for this. Did you give it to me? No. Next. Right? That's typically how we get down. Have you ever broken up with somebody that God said no? No. This is not done. and you had to go back, or you guys found yourself in the same place at the same time with the same connection. Do you understand what I'm saying? When it's real, only God can end it. There is a spiritual aspect to relationships and relating that most people are totally oblivious to. Now, when it's superficial, when it's basic, and there's no real substance to it, absolutely get out of here. Get your things and move to the left.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I don't know if it's fair. I don't know if that idea is fair because
ain't no fairness.
Because the reason I say it's not fair because it could be real and still be over.
You think?
Absolutely.
I think a particular iteration of it could be over.
30 years in and it just not be. This could be your last day.
You think so?
I know so.
I don't know.
I've seen it.
You seen it?
Yeah, people break up at year 20 and 30 all the time.
Why?
They've
been toxic the whole time, I promise.
Is their relationship any less real than anything else?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're a Virgo. You physicalize spirituality. It's fine. It's okay. Theo, we're going to get to you when we come forward. Theo, stay with us, Charleston, South Carolina. And I know Dr. Shalonda has a response to what you talked about. Here we go.
I have a response to what we're talking about right here.
I forgot. You Virgo. You physicalize spirituality. Say, if this shit don't end with this, it's over.
No. First of all, I've never broke up with anybody.
Oh.
Really?
I've never broke up with any human being.
Really?
Never.
That's good shit.
I never looked at a human being and said I want to be with someone. So that's not even in my wheelhouse to break up.
Well, Zoe was going on a spiritual level. Let's bring it
To the practical or clinical level. What are the chances? And I'll just say they're great, but let's think about how you connect.
They looking like they ain't,
Huh?
they ain't dropped off for nothing.
What's that?
Talking about a football team.
Oh. That you connect with people that have what you don't. So you're different. And so you have to work out the difference. The perfect person
For you is an imperfect person that probably has what you need. So for me, maybe I'll save this one. Well, if I were
going to
merge Zoe's spiritual
with the practical, you get what you need to
Show is already over.
to refine you. You're getting what you need to refine you.
Yeah.
If you need to be more patient, you're going to get somebody that's going to help you become. How you get more patient without,
Somebody put pressure there.
Right.
But see, you come with the practical, and it makes sense. Most people will end a relationship, but you can't end a lesson. You in that relationship, same lesson be waiting on you in the next one.
Indeed, true.
So,
fair.
Do you understand? I always default to
But
this.
you're getting what you need.
You get what you listen.
You're getting what you need. You're attracting what you need.
You are attracting what you lack. You're attracting what you are. These are all lessons.
I'm not disputing what you're saying, though. I'm saying you could be in a relationship too long.
I heard what you
I
said.
know,
I don't know if it's too long.
But you could be in a relationship with a person that was not sent to you.
And you're holding yourself up from the person that is.
I disagree with that. I think everybody is sent to you.
Oh well, to that point, I do. But
Everybody's sent to you.
Good or bad?
Good or bad?
I
Everybody.
definitely believe that you get a chance. I was the one
You preached the sermon yesterday, and part of what I was saying is you get small stages before you get the big stage.
Right.
So even to our point, even the wrong person is the right person at that time.
Right.
But to your point,
I may get a few wrong
people to build me up for the person that I'm ultimately supposed to be with. Everybody ain't the right person though.
just because you.
This is
met
good shit.
them. Just because you met them don't make them the right person.
She was at the Starbucks that day.
At the right time.
Right.
The voice of reason. The one and only VOR is on fire every night. 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You already know how I get out. My playlist is my co-host, Kelly Price.
That's a hot song.
You like that one?
Indeed.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Kelly Price.
Yes.
Yeah, I am too, man. I love it. I love it. We on fire tonight. Tonight's topic is amazing. Let's get Theo from Charleston, South Carolina, back in the building to get his final thought and Dr. Shalanda's response to what he was asking. Can you re-ask the question, Theo?
I really can't. But I want to hear the doctor's the response.
You can't, or you won't.
Because honestly, I was listening to y'all in between, and it was like, Mr. Rodney, sir, you are coming from a place of hurt, sir. Let that old situation go, because ain't no such thing as running from one situation to the next. We're not doing that.
Boom.
I'm not a person that's going to jump from one thing to the next just because it looks good. It ain't going to happen.
Well, Mr. Theo, hold on, Mr. Theo. Hold on, first of all. You went out, you took the girl out with the TikTok tricks, and you wanted her to act the way you want her to react, and then she didn't. That was the question, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, see, now,
And the book was hopefully going to be in a place of like, how do you feel about this? How do you, and vice versa. So it was just
But it didn't work like that.
It didn't. Initially, it worked a little bit, but it didn't work all the way through.
So now you're gonna break up.
No, I mean, like I said, I'm not a runner. I don't even necessarily like relationships like that.
Hey.
You should leave.
So you did say you was.
If I'm gonna fight for something, I'm gonna fight for something.
Good luck, man. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead. Help this man, Doc. Help this man, Doc.
So hold on, Theo. Let the doc respond to you real quick.
We were talking about pain.
Yes.
And pain being present, and I was just making the point that we are all dealing with pain, and when pain is present, you don't have a choice but to address it, even if it's small. And what I wanted to do was highlight an example. We've all had a paper cut, and when you have a paper cut, that's one of the smallest injuries you can get, but all of your attention is right there. So I say that to say that if we are dealing with issues and situations of pain, which we all are, you definitely need to address it.
Brother Theo, we appreciate the call. Thank you for bringing South Carolina in the Charleston. And don't you tell that man.
Also, Theo,
don't do it.
Tell Dr. Hudson I said hi.
Dr. Hudson. Hey, we got Cali Soul from Denver, Colorado. We are all over the country tonight. We love our callers who call in. Cali Soul, drop it on us. You got the last call of the night.
All right. Peace, family.
Hey.
Hey.
So, hey, everybody. Thanks for that nugget of a reminder that we are not healed, that we are constantly healing. Because I think sometimes as I hit like a milestone in my journey with healing, I'll forget that I'm not completely healed. And then something else comes up and a lesson comes up. And it's like, oh, no, we're working through this again. So it's real refreshing to have that reminder that we are constantly healing, and if we're not healing anymore, then we're likely not going to be on this plane anymore. In regards to our grievances, some of us hold on to our grievances like Smeagol in Lord of the Rings, like, oh my precious. And it's like, even if you did get the lesson, you don't want nobody to know that you got the lesson because your ego or whatever. So you're going to hold on to that grievance because it feels better, you think, to be able to hold something over somebody's head and say, you did this to me. And that's when the emotional hijacking shows up. It's like we use our pain for leverage, emotionally hijacked.
That's heavy.
Great show, though, y'all.
Hey, we appreciate you, Cali Soul. Thank you so much for bringing Denver, Colorado in the building. Really quickly, Rodney Perry, where can they find you?
I'm able to find Rodney Perry live on all social media, including YouTube. I'd love to see you guys pop in on my podcast from time to time.
You gotta have me, Rodney. I gotta come on your show, man.
Yeah, consider it done.
It's done.
It's done.
All right.
It's done. And that's pretty much the easiest way to find me. Rodney Perry Live on all seasons.
And where are you performing next, sir?
Where am I next? I'm producing a show in Chicago called Creative Hustle. Season 1 is on Tubi. We're shooting season 2 right now, and it's called Creative Hustle. It's stand-up, it's sketches, it's live performance. It's all in one, and I wanted the EPs on it.
He's definitely a legend in comedy. Don't get it twisted. He goes all the way back to all of the television shows, BET, everywhere.
Yeah.
This guy has been doing it for a long
Boy,
time.
won't quit.
Please continue to support Rodney Perry. Now, my friend, my comrade, my sister, the doctor, Dr. Shalonda Crawford, aka Dr. Sunshine.
Sunshine. You know where to find me. I'm right here on KBLA Talk 1580.
You
8
are-
a.m.
yes.
Pacific Coast Time. Pacific Standard Time. 8
Yes.
a.m. on Sundays. Every Sunday morning, the Dr. Sunshine Show brings a little sunshine. Just a little sunshine.
She has an
and you can-
amazing show.
Thank you.
I love it.
My socials, Instagram is at the Dr. Sunshine. That page is for motivation and inspiration, and the Dr. Sunshine Show to stay abreast on what's going on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m.
I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, and I know absolutely nothing about what I'm talking about.
Wait a minute.
Nothing.
But I'm just saying, we start the conversation so you can finish it.
Indeed.
You know, this platform is designed to curate difficult conversations that many people avoid. And tonight's topic was one of those topics where, healing is a highly personal thing. And sometimes it can become so personal that it can actually eradicate everything around, your relationship. Everything gets hit. But we started it, you finish it. Up next, the fire shall continue. You already know, Jill Monroe, RSVP. It's on fire tonight, always. I'll see you tomorrow with another slapper.
Slapper.
How you been thinking of all this stuff?
You know, when you send the let's get out of here.
Yes.
When you send the questions,
Yes.
I'm like, wow, like it's always so well thought out.
Because I'm a thinker.
I guess.
What in the hell? Rodney, know I've been doing this since the foxhole. Facts.
Wow.
You be like, what in the Sam hell is this man talking about? We appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for tapping in. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I hope it was right. Hey. All right, y'all. I'm going to holler back. Deuces.
I'm sure.